Jason, how you have been client, mentor, a friend, super close. I mean, it's been over 2 years now. I mean, it's been amazing. This journey has been amazing, from the podcast, from PR, from strategy, from events, right? Like, we've done it all and we're just kind of starting too. So I'm excited about what the future holds for us. So can you tell like the people that are going to be watching this a little bit about your experience working with me and what have been the best benefits of it?
Yeah. I will tell you, if there's only just a few things that you take away from this, it will be two simple things, right? And then we can get into other things too, but two very simple things. And it's the two things that I always look for in anybody that I'm going to work with. Are they honest? And do I always know they're going to have my back? Those two things right there. And to have somebody that will do that for you no matter what is irreplaceable. Go find it on the market. Good luck. There's not a lot of it out there. And, the beauty with Foo is I can always count on his honesty, and I know he's always going to have my back no matter what, no matter if something gets messed up, if it's not perfect. I don't go for perfection anyway, but if it's not, perfect or whatever the case may be, I know that it's always going to go 20 times above and beyond to make sure it's always right, no matter what. And then always be there when somebody else is having a shortfall to offer that strategic guidance in what they're doing in their business. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's PR, maybe it's these different things, but to offer that strategic guidance, okay? Because there's a big difference between a coach and a strategist, right? And Foo has separated himself from all the coaches into the strategy. Strategy brings results, period, right? And that's what people want. People don't want a generalist. And that's why I love what you're doing right now, is it's more pinpointed, it's to the point, it's helping take people through a segment of their business and not trying to solve the problems you don't have superpowers in. And that right there, just those few things, priceless, 100%.
Thank you for that. I definitely I can't go to bed and just think that I'm doing things wrong for people. And it doesn't matter if a year goes by or 2 years goes by and I something went bad and now I'm in a position that I can give it back with interest. I will do that. Right. And that's why it's something that I know you have appreciated that, like you said here, and you have told me this a bunch of times. And that honesty, even when things go wrong, has gone a long way for me. And that's why I'm always gonna do that. And like Will Black says this all the time, right? Doing good is good business. Right. So I focus on doing good.
Well, you know what? It's just like when you look at business as a whole, right? Not just segments of business, is, the more you can do good for somebody, the more you're going to be able to plug in and help them do other things to create three-way wins, right? Business isn't two-dimensional, right? It's just not, right? And there's so much more to business than just this one thing. And then when you have such an expansive network, right? Like you have a great network. Now you can solve problems through others, right? And when you can solve problems through others, guess what? Nobody looks at you as a generalist anymore. They look at you as a strategist.
And as a trusted advisor, that's what I always say. Trusted advisor. That's the key.
A trusted advisor. And looking at, not trying to solve people's tactical problems, right? Because solving tactical problems doesn't create money. Right?
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
It doesn't create money, right? You have to solve, you know, you have to solve problems that lead to profit, right? And in the marketing space, right? People use the term marketing strategy. I will argue all day that marketing is not really a strategy, right? Acquisition encompasses marketing, which is the strategy. Because with inside of acquisition, marketing is just a piece of it, right? Then there's all the other things. And that's what's great about what you're doing is it encompasses acquisition, right? And then with your network, now you can start going down that line of acquisition, sales, you know, onboarding, customer service, because you have all the plugins to help people do those things. And that is freaking priceless right there to have that. Because when the number one thing that you get to do every day is solve people's problems from the front all the way to the back end, right?
Exactly. Looking at the whole system rather than an element of the system.
Right. And that's not something a lot of people are able to do, right? It's almost like going against the grain of when people say, well, if you try to serve everyone, you serve no one. That's true to a point, but it's not always going to be you. And that's the beauty behind it, right? You have the front end piece that you take your clients through, but then you have all the solutionable actions after that where you can just say, look, so I know this great sales team in Utah, and what I want to do is connect you with them. Now you've solved another problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then all of a sudden they're coming back and saying, well, now I got this problem. Okay, let me see what I can do. Right. And now it turns it into a three-way win. And you know me, I'm all about the three-way win.
I know.
So
I mean, if there's something that I learned from you, as being that, and I mean, I became a strategist also because of you. Like I came to you because just PR, and then we bonded because of that we're both veterans, and then like you saw how honest I was and all that, and then from there I was like, damn, like I see him being a trusted advisor and solving problems just by connecting people and just thinking strategically to solve those problems. And then with other clients and other people that are like in my network, coaches, mentors, and all that, that I formulated this. I saw this pattern. It was like, oh, like the best people that are winning big and they're making solving multiple problems for the clients, not just one problem, are positioned themselves as a trusted advisor. And then I learned how to do that, and then now that's also what I teach clients too. When I'm with a CPA, I was like, I've been doing this now with I'm a fractional CMO for a CPA firm. And what I'm teaching her is not how to just get more clients and just play a numbers game, is how she can become a trusted advisor for her clients so she can get 10, 20,000 or more per client because she's solving a lot of problems. She positions herself as a trusted advisor. And yes, there's certain things that she can directly do, like tax planning, resolution, and other related finance things. But then she can also, you need marketing, then I can bring Foo. We need a book or something, I can bring Chris O'Byrne. Like, you see, we can do different things like that. So the same thing that you're talking about that I do, that's exactly what I help my clients do too. And how many we talk every week basically, and every single call is catch up and how can we gonna leverage this to be more strategic and more intentional about creating more revenue and building more value for the community, right? That's something that we love to do.
and that's the huge piece of the whole thing is, you have to look at the whole big picture. And I know you do that with your clients is really look at the whole big picture and segment that down into littler dosed bites, right? To where because you can't just like vomit all this stuff, right? You have to like segment it down into small bites. And that's what I like. What you do for your clients is you take that the overall picture, but then break it down into smaller chunks that are manageable. It's the good old micro pivot model, right?
Hey, I even have like pivot tattoo in my pivot foot actually. So I mean, because also like, like you have your you even have a magazine called Pivot. So I mean, you know a thing or two and you kind of like it, right?
Like the what's that insurance company? We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Oh, right. I think it's all thing. I don't know.
Allstate. I think it's Allstate.
Yeah. Oh man, so thank you for the kind words. As always, it's always good to have a conversation with you, and this is gonna be good for people to kind of understand you. You being my longest client, we've been for forever. We keep doing things together, and there's a lot of things that we still gonna be doing. So there's big things coming for so stay tuned because these two are gonna make some big moves in the coming months. So
Well, let me just close out by saying this, and that is, if you have reservations, right, of whether or not you should work with James Foo Torres, you shouldn't have them. But you can gladly shoot me an email, jason@strategicadvisorboard.com. I would gladly hop on and tell you the effect that this man has had for some of my companies. And, I would, without reservation, recommend Foo to a company that is struggling and needs some additional help in those areas. Hands down, no problem. So, but you have to put a strategy together that wins, and a strategy that's going to get you there to win is going to be with that man on the other side of the screen. So
yeah,
thank you for everything you've done for me, what you've done for the SAB community as a whole, which is 400 and some CEOs, by the way. So done a lot of work in that whole community. And yeah, without rambling on, there's not much more to say. Just do it.
do it like Nike. Huh? Ironic you were talking.
What was Reebok?
Right.
So I interviewed Reebok, the founder of Reebok today. We chatted today, and so just Reebok it. Go.
Right. Just do not go with the competitor.
Yeah. Joe, so it's funny, Joe Foster says the three things to success are fun, more fun, and it's got to be a hoot. Those three things. So
right, you just told me that. So thanks for sharing the takeaways from the founder of Reebok, right? Like not Joe Schmuck, right? So thank you again, Jason. And then anytime that someone works with me, I have a very tight relationship with Jason. So obviously, we even can get the support of him too by just working with me. So yeah, like thanks for this, Jason. And I know that this is gonna be a great video for people to watch. Thank you.